The story about the hungry ghost that I'm going to tell you happened to me 6 years ago, back in the year 2015, in Chonburi province, which is my hometown. My house isn't very far from Kautabak Temple. When I was in school, I studied at the temple school near my house. After finishing grade 6, I moved to study at a school in downtown Chonburi. One of my close friends from elementary school also came to study at the new school with me. My friends were Tip and Moo. Moo was a bit chubby but well-proportioned, while Thip was tall and very slim. The other one was Men, a boy in our group. Men was the son of the village headman. Including me, there were 4 of us who came to study together in junior high at the new school. And it was at this new school that our group gained 2 more friends, Corn and Summit. Summit was the son of a farmer, while Corn was the son of a sub-district headman, one of the wealthy families in Chonburi. Corn drove a sedan that his father had bought for him to go to school, and as we became closer friends, Corn was usually the one who paid for almost every meal. Even when we tried to share the cost, he rarely agreed. He would always say with a grin,
"Hey, don't worry about it. I'm rich, remember? Money's no problem at all."
Besides having plenty of money to spend and a nice car to drive, Corn was also a playboy. The kind people nowadays would call a big spender or sugar type. Sometimes he started flirting with Thip and Moo, and sometimes he turned his attention to me, especially when he got a little drunk. Whenever that happened, I would pull his ear and remind him, saying,
Hey, I'm your friend, remember?
I'd say. Corn would suddenly snap back to his senses, laugh awkwardly, and reply,
Yeah, I know, just kidding around.
We had always been close since we entered grade 12, but around that time, Corn started to change. He became short-tempered and impulsive, often getting into fights with other students, both inside and outside the school, until the teachers had to summon his parents more and more often. His grades started to drop, so we often had to remind him and help tutor him in many subjects. Moo once came to tell me,
Hey, this afternoon I saw that Corn push his father so hard that the old man nearly fell. Good thing Corn's mother caught him just in time.
Whoa, that bad? What happened? I asked in shock. Moo leaned closer to me and whispered,
What else could it be about? The school director called Corn's parents in because Corn hit a senior student from grade 11 with a stick. Just because that senior tried to teach him a lesson, and Corn cursed him out saying,
You're not my father, so stay out of my business.
Then he hit that senior twice on the head with a stick. Luckily, the guy only got a bump and not a serious wound. After that incident, no senior dared to lecture him anymore. That afternoon, his parents came to pick him up. Before getting into the car, they were probably scolding him about what happened. Corn must have felt embarrassed seeing all his friends standing around watching, so he shoved his father so hard he almost fell backward, then stormed off without looking back.
Corn shouldn't have done that to his father, I murmured softly. It's wrong and sinful. I couldn't help but worry about him after all. He was my friend, Moo continued.
We don't have to look far for trouble. It's us, especially you, Aam. You always lecture Corn all the time. Be careful. One day he might shove you so hard you'll hit the ground.
Before I could be warned, it wasn't me who got pushed first. Our friend Summit was the one. Summit was shoved and fell backward, landing on his back right in front of Moo and Thip on the schoolyard. All because Summit had warned Corn about hanging out with bad friends outside school. And worse, Corn had started smoking marijuana on top of already being a regular cigarette smoker. Later, when I met Sumet again, he complained to me. I only warned him because I saw him as a friend. If he's already smoking marijuana, then things like meth or ice will probably come next. But damn it, when I warned him, he shoved me right away. He even raised his fist like he was going to punch me. Good thing Moo and Thip were there, so he stopped at just that. Moo turned to look at me and raised her eyebrows, as if asking whether I still dared to lecture Corn again. After that, Corn seemed to drift away from our group. Once he got close to his new friends, we often heard bits of news about him, none of them good. The latest rumor was the worst of all. Korn had gotten into a fight with a group of people he went drinking with at a pub. He pulled out a gun and shot one of his rivals, leaving the man critically injured. Rumor had it that Korn's parents pulled a lot of strings to get the case dropped, spending hundreds of thousands of baht in the process. By the time we finished grade 10, Korn had left our group and everyone at school for good. He dropped out and never came back to study in grade 11. He won't have a head for studying anymore. The bastard's hooked on booze and drugs. I heard Korn's even on meth now. Someone spat to Tip. Another guy's mother turned to Tip and said it. While we were sitting under the chanjari tree at school, Tip started waving his arms like crazy, pointed at me and said, "It's not me, okay? Korn's Aoms, they're inseparable." I couldn't help but laugh, gave Thip a little smack, and said, "He's just a friend, just a friend."
Yeah, but it seems like Korn doesn't see us as his friends anymore.
Moo said, ending the conversation before we moved on to another topic. Yes, it's true. These days, Korn had completely disappeared after quitting school in grade 11. We occasionally heard rumors about him, that he had gone completely astray, addicted to alcohol, drugs, and even gambling. Then came worse news. Korn had been arrested for drug use. But from what we heard from people close to him, the real charge was drug dealing. His parents allegedly paid hundreds of thousands of baht to have the charge reduced to drug use, so he only needed to go through rehab. And later, another terrible story spread. That Korn had physically hurt his own mother, causing her to become so ill that she had to be hospitalized. And the latest news was even worse. Korn had attacked his father, leaving him seriously injured under the influence of meth. In the end, Korn was shot dead by the police after he opened fire and resisted arrest, injuring one of the officers in the process. We all agreed to attend Korn's funeral, which was held at a temple in Chonburi City. When we arrived at the temple, we met Korn's parents. His father had his right arm in a cast, a clear sign that everything I'd heard about was true. On the third night of Korn's funeral prayers, suddenly there was a sharp "wait" sound. At first, we thought someone was lighting firecrackers or small fireworks, but there was no spark, no smoke, and no one was playing with anything at all. Many people looked at one another in shock and confusion. Then the sound came again. "Weet, weet," this time from the roof of the funeral hall itself. Everyone's faces turned pale and uneasy, until the monk presiding over the ceremony finally spoke up and said,
"It's probably just an owl."
The monk said. That explanation made everyone in the hall breathe a little easier, including us. Moo leaned over and whispered.
Still, it sounded just like a hungry ghost's cry.
After Korn's cremation day passed, it was close to the end of the school term. Our school organized a temple cleaning activity, and our group joined in, since we were now seniors responsible for guiding the younger students. After cleaning the temple and finishing lunch, there was a chanting session, and then we helped the juniors settle down to sleep in the temple's main hall. By that time, it was around 8:30 p.m. Once everything seemed in order, my friends and I gathered under a large rain tree, chatting quietly in the cool night air. A long, drawn-out, "Wait, wait," sound echoed again, this time shorter, sharper, from above the rain tree's crown. We all froze, turning our heads toward the sound, but saw nothing. Thip whispered softly to me,
"It sounds just like that night at Korn's funeral, Am."
Shut up, Thip.
Moo hissed, her voice trembling.
The old folks say, when you're in the forest, don't speak of tigers. When you're on a boat, don't speak of crocodiles.
But Thip stubbornly argued back.
"Well, I'm not in a forest, and I'm not on a boat either. We're in a temple, for God's sake."
Before Moo could scold her again, the sound shrieked louder than before. The dry branches and leaves of the rain tree above our heads began to tremble. We all looked up. Something pale and enormous, like a giant human hand, was parting through the top of the tree. Then we saw it, a white face with huge round eyes, peering down at us, and a mouth so small and narrow, like the hole of a needle, whistling that eerie wheat sound over and over. Those enormous eyes seemed filled with tears, constantly overflowing. We stood frozen in shock. I could see it clearly. We all could. It looked exactly like Corn's face, our dead friend, the hungry ghost, the ghost of Corn. Tip screamed at the top of her lungs. Corn's spirit, his Pret, seemed to be trying to say something to us. But all that came out were soft, breathy sounds. Wheat. No words, just the ghost's haunting cry.
Go now, a gentle voice spoke from behind us. Don't frighten them anymore. They will make merit and dedicate it to you.
We turned around and saw the abbot standing there, smiling softly, holding a small lantern in his hand. The ghostly figure of Corn's Pret slowly faded away from the top of the rain tree. The monk then said,
He is a spirit bound by sin, wandering to seek merit from others. But because of his heavy karma, no one feels compassion for him. Whenever people see him, they only feel fear and forget to send him kindness and merit. This ghost committed great sin against his own parents. He has become what we call a Pret Nichayamka, a hungry ghost punished for hurting his father and mother. Was this ghost your friend?
We all nodded. The monk smiled gently and said,
He doesn't wish to haunt you. He only came to seek the merit you can share. Would you like to dedicate merit to your ghost friend?
We all answered yes. Then the monk said,
Put your hands together in prayer, focus your hearts, and repeat after me.
We stood up together, palms pressed before our chests, and recited softly, filled with compassion for Corn.
Itang baya plang. May all the merit and virtue I have accumulated, today and in the past, be dedicated to Corn, my friend, now a hungry ghost. If you are in suffering, may you be free from it. If you have found peace, may that peace grow ever greater. Through the power of this merit, may you be released from your pain. Sadhu.
A cool wind swept gently through us, as if Corn's spirit had heard and accepted the offering. The monk walked with us back to the temple hall. From that day on, whenever I have the chance to make merit, I always dedicate it to Corn, my old friend. Though I don't know how many lifetimes of suffering he must endure before he can finally be free from the karma that binds his soul.